Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Your Turn to Die, Death Game by Majority. My name's Owen. It's kind of weird not having the background music going while I do my little intro thing. It's a little, awkward to just kind of sit here with that weird, HVAC noise in the background. But last time, we were kind of exploring the previous areas of the Death Game with Keiji, kind of following after Gin. Who found this weird trapdoor in that computer room. We just discovered the discarded fake body of Miley. We think this is the one that we actually assembled, which was then swapped out with the actual Miley after the fact. But yeah, let's jump straight into it. My cat is on the desk and has had the zoomies all morning, so if you hear rustling, it's probably him trying to. Oh, don't. Okay, wait. You can't eat my mouse, dude. All right. I also can't see. A glowing computer. Ash, buddy, you can't be there. I can't see if you sit there. What? There's some video playing. Hey, help me, please. I didn't know. I didn't know anything. You're listening there, aren't you? Help me! What's going on over there? Can you hear us? Hey! Say something back! I won't tell anyone, I promise! Is this a video recording? Why? Why is all this necessary? I thought it was decided. She... I've got no qualms. I just want to live in peace. Oh. Don't tell me. We were all gathered for her sake? Sarah Cheetowin? What? Damn you! I'll kill you! All you organization members, and Sarah Cheetowin. I'll curse your name from hell! Don't look, Sarah. No. This is probably footage of a person who died in the first trial. Okay, interesting. It seemed kind of like we recognized them, because it was Sarah at first when she saw the video was like, oh, that's... So I don't know this person is weird, although we, as the player, don't know them. I have no idea what's going on, or I'm innocent. I mean, I don't think Keiji will believe that we're in on it. At least I would hope he wouldn't think so. So let's go with I have no idea what's going on. This video... But he said your name. I don't know why. Sarah? You might just have an intimate connection to this death game. No way. But I really... It's no use. The more I say, the more suspicious I look. Just... what am I? Please, believe me, Keiji. How amusing. Are you going to be our goddess of victory, or our angel of death? Doesn't sound too bad to bet my life on that. Your life? Well, that's been my plan for a while now. Can I trust my life to you, Sarah? That is a heavy burden, but yeah, I understand. I understand. I'll take your life in my hands, Keiji. Now there's the partner I know. What if I am an angel of death? Let's see now. Would you die along with me? Yeah? Sure thing, Keiji. Well, now I won't be lonely. Okay, let's search around a little more. Right. Trust. I've always been a bit suspicious of him. Keiji never wants to talk about himself. Ex-detective. There must be a past he can't talk about, a truth he can't say. Even so, Keiji bet on me. Can I bet on Keiji? Interesting. Machine parts are scattered about. Huh, I feel like these are similar materials to our collars. Okay. Computer disks in the drawer. What are these? I'm not really sure. Can you stop throwing my stuff on the ground, buddy? Can you just kind of calm down a little bit today? You just need some attention? Okay. Take a look through. This one has a label on it. Obtained the 1F security camera footage disc. Security camera? Well now, we might have been getting filmed. You don't mean the whole time? It's not so strange. There's too many of us for the floor masters to watch over. When you think about it, maybe so, but was someone watching? Oh, was someone here watching? I'm curious about the footage. There were cameras? Yeah, I am curious about the footage because it could show us what's happening when we're not there. Could we look at the footage? Got you curious, huh? Yeah. We could probably review the footage on that computer. Should we watch it? I mean, yeah, 100% we should. But I do want to look around more. It looks like a refrigerator. It won't open. Monitor isn't powered. Computer tower. Better make sure not to kick it. Behind the thick glass, I can see a figure that appears to be sleeping. Keiji, there's a person. Not showing any signs of movement. Do they notice us? Can't imagine there'd be a new surviving participant at this point. If they're an enemy, we better not let them realize we're here. Well, doesn't seem to be any way of getting out to the other side anyhow. Let's leave quietly once we're done here searching. And then this door. The door is shut fast. Ash, please. There's no handle. It probably can't be opened manually. Okay, sorry about that brief pause, everybody. I had to give Ash his breakfast so that he would give me just a little bit of space to finish the episode. Okay. So, we can't get through the door. Let's take a look at Miley. The Miley doll is sitting down. Okay. Let's use the computer, I guess. I'll put in the disc from the drawer. The computer began loading the video. This is when we all first met up. Sure enough, we were all being observed. Huh? This video doesn't have sound. Interesting. Ah. Joe. Sarah. Sarah? I'm okay. What is it? This video is pretty long. We should probably skip to the important parts. You're right. Are you prepared? Huh? You could see things you don't like. The other sides of your allies. That's true. What if some distrustful act got recorded? Keiji is still suspecting that there might be a traitor. I'm prepared. Okie dokie. Let's watch the rest, shall we? Keiji began to play the rest of the video. Our actions up to this point played back. A recording from when we were all still alive. We skipped through, checking anything suspect. And... Sarah? It's okay. Keep it going. You sure are strong. That's Kyutaro. What? The central hall. Someone placed a card? It's one of the roll cards used in the first main game. Who just placed it? Kyutaro? And now, someone picked it up. Is that Joe? No, it's So. Huh. That's some unexpected footage. To think Kyutaro was the one who set the roll cards in place. Hold on a sec. Think back on earlier. We had a discussion like this before, remember? The one who set up the card should have been So. So executed a strategy in the bar so he could use Kana. He placed the sacrifice card he had Kana pick it up, and traded her a commoner card to put her in his debt. And then So had Joe pick up that sacrifice card. All of it was a trap laid by So, I thought. But from what we can see in this video, it's Kyutaro who placed the cards first. So just saw him and adopted it. That's all. No way. Well, there's not much video left. While trying to sort out my head, I pushed play. Sure enough, Kyutaro was shown again and again, secretly placing cards. And So picked up a few of those cards. And indeed, made a trade with Kana. It was all true. Some mysteries solved, others added. Keeping my hazy feelings in check, I let the remaining bit of the video play. Huh? Are Joe and Kai talking about something? Such enigmatic faces. Just what were those two talking one-on-one about? Joe never told me about anything like this. If we could only hear their voices. That's everything of note in the footage. Sure took up some time. We should leave here soon. You hold on to this disc, Sarah. Okay. We made some findings. Now we search for Gin and work toward escape. Okay. I guess let's do one last click through. Is there anything that we missed? The light is brightening up the room. Why did the lights suddenly come on? Monitor isn't powered. Okay, I think we are good to go. Meow. That was... Gin? Where are you, Gin? Quiet. You're putting us in danger too, you know. What should we do? I don't hear his voice anymore. The situation's changed. Thinking safety-wise, we should probably head back for now. No! You want us to abandon Gin? I refuse to give up. Yeah, this is what we promised Keiji we wouldn't do. You're right. Let's look around, Sarah. No more losing anybody. Right. See, now the scary part about this is, right, how do we know we have the right Gin if we find it? Nothing else on the shelves. Hidden room? Oh, wait, should we be checking KEG vision? Wait, we should probably. Let's go back. Pink room. Miley's room. And KEG vision. Nothing. KEG vision? I think we saw this one already. Right, we got that. Cafeteria? Okay. There's something on the table. A key? This wasn't here before, was it? Maybe I shouldn't go touching it. Are you kidding me? Of course we take it. Key with tag. Not good. Someone's coming from the central hall. Let's hide. Let's go back in the kitchen and hide. Okie dokie. They're close. Keep quiet. I don't know who you are, but don't notice us. The footsteps stopped near the door. I see two. One of them is Miley? I can hear them talking quietly. Did you let them escape? I apologize. The key that was here is gone. Seriously, give it up. Is Gin safe? Who could the other person be? Listen, don't let Gashu have his way. He's trying to destroy the death game. What? I understand. The monitor room should have a surveillance mode, correct? Connect the blue wire and keep a careful eye on Gashu. Why do you know about... And one more thing. You must retrieve the chip in Ranger's head. That chip can destroy this place's security. It's a menace. Destroy the security? Please be quiet. What if someone heard you? Then things would get quite fun, I suppose. Oh, and... What? The tablet? This is not the time. Who's there? We have to run. Ugh, that was a close call. But Gin is still... It didn't look like those two had captured him, at least. Let's think about what we can do. What can we do? We should check our roles, because one of us just got switched. But we won't know who we got switched with. Our priority should be to check our roles. That annoying noise earlier signaled a trade. Ah, right. Someone's card must have gotten traded. We just have to look. Alright, we're still the Keymaster. The second trade was performed 4 minutes ago. I'm still the Keymaster. And I'm still a commoner. So it was between people other than us. Oh, okay. I guess I figured that our tablet would only beep if we were the ones that got traded with. But I suppose you also could have just been replaced by another commoner, right? Glad it didn't add any extra complications. Okay. Now, about that conversation we overheard. Those two mentioned some very interesting things. Yeah, something about a chip in Ranger's head. Plus, a surveillance mode in the monitor room. I don't know what sort of functionality it has. But if we could watch the security cameras on all the floors... Sounds loads better than sneaking back into the first floor and getting caught. Let's go. Interesting. KG vision? No. Interesting. I was so paranoid that I'm gonna miss something with the Keiichi vision. Okay. Let's do a quick sweep of the area. Bedroom? Nothing in here. Where else we got left? Long stairs? Nothing. Room of lies? Oh wait, what's this? Oh, right. I don't sense any vitality from Neo. I wonder what in the world happened. Any vitality at all? So is she replaced? Interesting. The head of Rearranger. It'd be bad if the chip got damaged. How should we extract it? I'd like to take the head for inspection, but if we got caught, we'd tip them off for sure. I'm worried for Gin. Let's go to the monitor room and check out the surveillance system first. Yeah, okay. Interesting. So it seems like Neo's been there almost the whole time that we've been out and about, but I guess there's also no proving that. Okay. One of the numerous monitors. In front of the monitors is a machine that, despite its complexity, offers simple functions. Search the machine. Right, because we need to find the blue wire or something? Looking down by the ground, various wires are connected to the computer. They said it was the blue wire, right? Let's try connecting it. I connected the blue wire to the computer. Bingo. This is the surveillance system. Is Gin on any of these? Empty bedroom. Huh? Something's odd about this bedroom. Oh, there's a monitor in here. Huh? What's going on? That's the Mishima AI. I made it back. Neo. Is this really for the best? Indeed. Well done, Miss Neo. I'm glad your safety was ensured. But, heal. Professor, what should I do? Believe in me, Miss Neo. For I was miraculously revived so that I could protect you. Do just as I say, yes? Right. Oh, this is sketchy as heck. Now, put on a smile. I'd like to see you cheery, Miss Neo. Yes. Fantastic. What a good student I have indeed. What's going on? This isn't good. Keiichi? What's with that Mishima? Just what is that, Professor Mishima? He said he revived, but he was always just an AI that Reiko destroyed here. It's a tricky subject, huh? AIs are entities of pure data, so if our enemy's up to it, maybe they're free to revive them and copy them as they like. What's death even mean in that case? No way. The scarier thing is, they might also be able to remake their personalities however it suits them, don't you think? Only Neo's room having a monitor in it is pretty suspect too. Maybe the floor master is plotting something. No way. Neo. Okay, so that was that one. There's nothing. Reiko's sitting in her bedroom. She must be exhausted. Nothing here. Room of lies. Oh, there we go. Alice's body and Rearranger's remains are still there. Alice. Nothing there. Someone is standing in front of a bedroom. That's Kyutaro? Is he talking with the owner of the room? We checked all the monitors, but Gin was nowhere to be found. This surveillance system is only for floor 3. Sure enough, Gin's still on floor 1. Uh-oh, someone's coming. Huh? It's Gashu. I'll shut off the security system. Oh dear, just what are you two up to? Sure are nosy. We're having a moment here. Oh my, pardon me then. While you're here though, tell me something. Are the AIs on these are there AIs on all these monitors? You are precisely right. Here are assembled AIs of all candidates who cleared the first trial. Gotcha. You can go. We've got a thing to get back to here, see? Yes, I shall leave you to it. Now, what to do? We should recover Ranger's chip. I know. We should collect Ranger's chip while we still can. You okay not to go after Gin? Of course I'm worried, but Gin isn't just a child anymore. I'm sure he'll escape and return to us and be replaced by an AI like Reiko. And when he does, we should have an escape plan worked out to surprise him with. Maybe that's what believing is. Let's go to the Room of Lies. Interesting. So we saw Neo go back to the Mishima AI and said I did it or something like that. We know that she was in the Room of Lies before that. Interesting. We should look at the prize exchange, I think. Nothing. Okay. Drop a save really quick. All right. Oh, hey. What's going on, Reiko? Yo, you two. What's the hurry? On a date. Bastard! Get away from Sarah! This isn't the time for jokes. It is certainly within your options to spend time together, you two. Interesting. So we go to the long stairs. Ash, can you stop nibbling on my hand, please? Thank you. Ah, where are you two headed? Just felt like telling some lies, so the Room of Lies? Ah, you can't. Right now, you're not allowed in. Hold on, Saflin. Can you just decide that? But, you see, we can't leave the bodies there any longer. We need to hold a memorial service. No buts about it. Let's leave it for later, Sarah. Understood. Interesting. Okay. I don't suppose we can just brute force go into it. Oh, Miss Sarah. Right now, you're not allowed in the Room of Lies. Seems like it'll be hard to retrieve it right now. Interesting. Okay. Should we go back to the lobby then? Oh. Ah, Miss Sarah. Miss Sarah. You came at a good time. So? Don't give me that displeased look. I just wanted to talk for a bit. About what? About what? Huh? Wow, you're actually listening to me. Please be serious.
That's right. There ain't no time, so...
Thank you very much, Sarah. Kyutaro, Kana. Have the three of them been working together? This is important. Will you listen? Yeah. Thanks, Miss Sarah. So, on to business. I want to reconcile. Reconcile. Yeah, I'm sure you do. I don't understand. What do you mean by that? I don't understand. Huh? We've quarreled a bunch, haven't we? Oh, excuse me, buddy. But I realized, it can't go on like this. I mean, our real enemy is the kidnappers, right? That's true, but I thought you thought we were a kidnapper. I want to put an end to this ridiculous death game. I want us to escape. Ash, buddy, you can't sit here, buddy. Come on. Excuse me. Thank you. All right. And of course, I mean all of us. What a moving speech. I'm serious, Keiji. So how about we all share this laptop now that I've had time to erase anything I don't want you to see? It's my bad for taking it from you, but in the end, I couldn't see what was on it because the password had been changed. So that's how it is. That explains why you suddenly feel like joining up with us who know the password. Huh? You know the password? Enough with the bargaining. There isn't time. We have the password, so has the laptop. Reconciling means we share. I really do want to just want to reconcile, though. Well, whatever. As proof of a rebuilt friendship. Let's shake hands, Miss Sarah. This picture is hilarious. Is there a way? Okay. I hate you so much. I'll shake your hand, though. Okay. What was that? Here, Kana. You make good with Miss Sarah, too. Kana. Shake hands? Come on, give me your hand. I gently grabbed Kana's little hand. Kana. Betrayed you. Again and again. Stop it, Kana. We're friends. Sarah.
And me?
Here you go.
Well, thanks.
Yo, Sarah, Kana, I've been watching you guys. Reiko.
I don't know what happened, but if there's no ill feelings, then great.
Yes. Reiko, will you look at it with us? At Kai's laptop?
Huh? Can I?
Of course. Okay then, I'm turning it on.
Whoa, it's open.
If there are any clues, we can use to escape in here. Okay, interesting. So this one is a folder named Sarah. Locked with a password, can't open it. A file named Sarah's Tastes. You'll read. Did Kai make this file himself? Miss Sarah's favorite things, Sweets Edition. Strawberry jam, jam in general. Mashed sweet potatoes with chestnuts. Koshian toast. He's right on the money. Nothing but paste, huh? Miss Sarah eats well within a balanced diet. She especially likes sweet things. I'm happy to understand her just one bit more. It goes on and on like this. So,
Kai was Sarah's stalker?
now that I think about it, there always was something paste-like at the dinner table. Weird. Backdoor.smut. I'm worried.
Hey, quit it with that.
I'm not exactly excited myself, but... well, it's not an image file, right? Huh? I nervously opened the file. Inside, there were long strings of text and symbols I couldn't make any sense of. I can't make heads or tails of it. Hard to believe Kai was into this.
Is this, whatchamacallit? Some kind of programming thingy?
We can't decipher this sort of thing. Interesting. A file named Order 8. Okay. Kai, good work guarding the Cheetowin family. It seems the Cheetowins have been looking for assistance as of late. This is good timing, Kai. Get them to employ you and slip into their midst. The organization has prepared the necessary documents. They're all kept in this file. The short hair Kai is kind of cool. It's a forged resume. The photo should be authentic at least, though it seems to be pretty old. I knew he had an assistant when I was a kid, but they only worked while I was at school, so I never saw them around. Was Kai really there? At my house? Interesting. Starting the death game, Order 59. Okay. Kai, the death game project is finally taking on tinges of reality. At last, your time has come to be useful to the organization. Guard Sarah Cheetowin until the planned day and ensure she remains healthy. And as much as possible, keep an eye out for her close friends, Joe Tazuna and Ryoko Hiros. We can't add anyone else, understood? Fulfill your duty, Kai. Even Joe and my best friend Ryoko are mentioned in here. The file contains investigative reports on and photos of Joe and Ryoko. Don't tell me, was it planned for Ryoko to get involved too? To Miss Sarah. Hello, Miss Sarah. I am Kai. I am truly sorry you had to get involved in such an incident as this. This was written during the death game? Miss Sarah, if you are reading this, there is something I want to tell you. I, Kai Sato, was an agent belonging to a certain vile organization. In addition, I was raised as an assassin. An assassin? However, I could not carry out the assassination orders I was issued in my youth. I could not kill another human being. My father was disappointed in me, and my standing in the organization was low. Then, one day, I was appointed to a certain task. It was to guard and care for you from the shadows. I say this, but it was not a task I held in high regard at first. Not until the plans for the death game were beginning to approach reality. I myself do not know the death game's objective. However, while this is merely my impression, Miss Sarah, it is possible that this is all revolving around you. Of course, I do also believe that you are merely a victim, Miss Sarah. Still, the organization needs you, and they will take any means necessary. The organization's name is Asu Naro. It's a secret organization possessing superb technology in a multitude of fields.
Asunaro!
You startled me. What's the matter?
That's the name of the orphanage I'm from.
Settle down. Let's keep reading. This death game is not for our pleasure nor revenge. To the organization, it is an inevitable mission. That is what my father believed. His father? The organization drove my father mad. There may come a time when you must confront him. At that time, please, defeat my father, Gashu.
Gashu?
I've collected all the data. I've researched in the Sarah folder. If I'm already dead, please make use of it. The password is your mother's name. I hope it can be of some use. I pray you will not be swallowed up by the whirlpool of deception and slaughter. Please survive, even if it must be you alone. Kai, we're all working together now.
Hey, so, don't you think this clears Sarah of suspicion?
Huh?
Weren't you on about that? Saying Sarah, Kai, and Joe were the masterminds working together?
Well, that was just a little tit for tat. I wasn't exactly calm at the time. Sorry, Miss Sarah. I'm glad we could reconcile. Interesting. Okay. A folder named Sarah. It's locked with a password. I slowly typed in my mother's maiden name, or my mother's name. It opened. Personal thanks. Hello, this is Kai. Apologies, but this message has absolutely nothing to do with the death game. Miss Sarah, I wish to express my personal gratitude as Kai Sato. I owe a great deal to the Cheetah family. Your father hired me as an assistant to help out with his job and housework. Of course, this was also a job for the organization to keep watch of you. At first, I felt disgusted with your father, who treated me as if I was family. I was trained as an agent from a young age. I had never experienced anything such as affection. I was afraid that I might be changing. But over time, I came to want to protect your family. I wish to see you grow into maturity with my own eyes. For the first time, I had a reason to live. I'm truly glad I could meet the Cheetahwins. Thank you very much, Miss Sarah. Kai. Important background check file. Hello, this is Kai. I was able to use an old ID to successfully access a very small section of the organization's database. There, I discovered data pertaining to participants in the death game. Unfortunately, data on most of the participants was protected in such a way I could not extract it. But there was one man in particular for which that protection was removed. It appears his file was at one time deleted, but for some reason or another, it was restored. Whoa. Oh. Are you so? Who could this be?
This guy's...
What's the matter? What? Everyone's acting strange. Do they all know this person?
Sorry, I gotta use the toilet.
I do not even know his name. However, there's only one reason the organization would delete a file on someone. Namely, death. If he passed away before the death game, and his file was then restored, perhaps that means he was revived.
Well, revived? I know I've seen this guy somewhere or another. But why can't I remember? You neither?
Kana thinks so too, but she can't remember anything.
Does anybody know this guy's name?
Ah. He's wearing the same scarf as So. I could not solve the riddle concerning him. And there's one more curious aspect. There should have been 20 participants in the death game, but there were not enough files for everyone. My suspicion is that...
What? That sound? There's been a trade. Ugh, but this ain't the time for that.
Is it so? I think we check my roll. Or do we focus on the laptop? Focus on the laptop. Guys, the info on the laptop is more important than our cards right now.
I mean, we can't not look, right?
Kyutaro and the others started up their tablets. Whew, fine. We'll just have a look at our cards first then. No, we're still the keymaster. Now, back to the laptop. Huh? Shit. Huh? Sacrifice. The third trade has just been performed. There's no mistaking it. Someone traded cards with me. And of all things, they pushed on me the sacrifice. Inconceivable. I mean, I'm fighting for everyone's... I'm suffocating. Huh? I can't breathe right.
What's the matter, Sarah? How's it feel to have my card?
Calm down. Right now, at the laptop.
No worries. It's not like that card means you're definitely gonna die, you know?
The laptop?
Of course, you did kill me. Sarah.
Calm down. I feel a touch on my shoulder. It's warm. But the hallucination won't go away. I need to trade cards. But I don't have 50 tokens. What should I do? I can't borrow from anyone. Have to think. That's right. The Room of Lies. If I take Alice's tokens... My body moves on its own. Not caring about anyone watching, I start running. No. Alice's body has been completely cleaned up. You're kidding. Why? No. Now I'm going to... What do I do?
Miss Sarah?
Safflin.
I just finished cleaning. Of course, I also carefully transported the bodies.
What do we do? Give up on the tokens? Okay, so here's what I'm thinking, right? Like, obviously it sucks to be the sacrifice. It's not ideal. But if we give it to someone else, we're effectively killing them. Right? We also... Rearranger's body is gone. But we're hoping that Neo took what we needed already. Also, who could have possibly given this to us? It could have been Gin, it could have been So, it could have been Neo. Is there anyone else? I don't think so. I think everybody else was with us. I think we give up. It's all over, isn't it? Miss Sarah, are you okay? A kidnapper worrying for me? Aha. Saflin, is it fun? Toying with us, using nonsense like tokens and clear chips? And once we grasp hope, you take it away and kill us? How must you feel about it? To be able to do things like this? Well, our lives must be so puny. When we die, you even collect all the tokens we earned. Ha! Alice didn't have any tokens. Huh? Sorry, I'm busy, so if you'll excuse me. What's going on? Alice didn't have any tokens? That's impossible. Alice was one of the high placers for the tokens. So that could have been what Neo took then. And if that's true, that would then probably imply that Mishima then instructed her. Right, so let's say Mishima said earlier, I was resurrected to protect you, right? So that might mean that she got the sacrifice card. And Mishima's like, oh, I'll tell you what to do. First of all, go steal enough tokens from Alice to do a transfer and then trade with Sarah. Did someone do this to trap me? Hey there. Having fun, Sarah? Yeah. I can't muster the energy to think about anything anymore. In the end, I guess you weren't seriously thinking you could escape either, huh? Is that so? Just the hunch I got. You find hope for everyone else. 'Cause those without hope die. Is that how you thought? You're wrong. That's wrong, Joe. I was the one who needed hope. As long as I'm looking forward, I can look away from the reality of killing you. But the future waiting once I return, I can only imagine it as pitch black. What the hell, Sarah? You wanted to die that bad? Maybe so. Somewhere in my heart, Joe, finally I won't have to run from you anymore. Big Sis Sarah, stay with us, meow. Gin? Big Bro Joe isn't here, meow. Don't give any attention to anything weird, woof. Why are you here again? Why am I here? So I can cheer Big Sis Sarah up, obviously. Gin? Please, come back to your senses. Believe in the real Joe. Please, Big Sis Sarah. Believe in Joe? You're not the only one who couldn't do anything, meow. Me and all of us. We've regretted, woof. We've suffered, meow. And yet, Big Bro Joe put on a smile to the end, meow. And everybody else who died, they were thinking of the ones who'd be left till the very end, woof. So I'm sure what he really wants is for everyone to get home alive. That's why you have to believe in the real Joe, Big Sis Sarah. The real Joe? I don't know. I feel like I've lost sight of him already. That guy who's always by my side. Do I have the courage to face him head on? Can I save? Yes. I think we're going to leave it here. for this episode. A little bit of a cliffhanger. Thanks everybody so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you want to see more videos similar to this one. Otherwise, I'll see y'all in the next one. Thanks for watching.